And welcome back to the Grant Park Liquor Mart Education Center. It's the best off the bone with Manitoba pork and Susan Reese. We've got some big chops happening here. You can knock somebody unconscious with one of these. So there's lots of different kinds of chops, but you've got something very special here today, something very particular. Tell us about that.
Well, if variety is the spice of life, then I'm going to say look no further than the pork chop, because there are so many different kinds just from the loin portion of the pig alone. So we're going to start with some double loin chops. These are bone-in, and the reason why they're called double loin chops is because they have the whole eye of the loin as well as a small piece of the tenderloin. So this particular cut comes from the part of the loin that's actually closer to the hip area.
Okay. I love this cut because you eat the big part, you eat the big part, and then you've got that little bit of a surprise waiting for you. At the end, it's like a little bonus.
Exactly. Yeah. So all we're going to do with these is marinate them. And because they're from the loin, they're great for grilling because they're nice and lean. So I'm going to put them in this Ziploc bag. This is a favorite little trick of mine, and I'm sure many of our viewers, because it makes marinating very, very easy. And put our chops in there, and then if you want to pour that marinade over while I wipe my hands off.
Now this is it's a grilled Margarita chop, and so you can't really have a margarita without a little tequila or some lime, and so I assume that are both of those things in our marinade.
Yep, so we've made up a Mexican sort of inspired marinade. It's got fresh lime juice, some chili powder, garlic powder. We've got some Mexican oregano in here. You can use regular oregano too. And cumin, a little bit of salt, chipotle, chili powder, which is going to give you a little bit of that smoky flavor, and then of course tequila and canola oil. So all the makings of a great marinade. We've got our oil, we've got our seasonings, and we've got our acid, and those are the three components essentially of a marinade.
Now you shake this up, or what do you do?
Yeah, I'm going to just take this out, zip that up, and then you can just massage the pork chops with the marinade. You can leave these out on the counter for about 30 minutes. This is quite a flavorful marinade, so you don't need to be worried about putting it in the refrigerator or anything like that.
Okay, massage the pork chop. Perfect.
So we've got our chops here on the grill, and what we've done is we took them out of the marinade, and then we want to pat them dry with some paper towel. So before we put them on the grill.
And there's a reason for that. It's not just because you feel like doing it.
It's going to give you nicer grill marks, okay? Dry meat tends to sear better, wet meat tends to steam. So if we want those nice grill marks, which we're going to just
because it's all about the look of the thing as well, right? Part of the presentation.
Exactly, is you want to make sure you get that nice sear on there, right?
Well, there it is.
So we're cooking these about 6 to 8 minutes aside. Best internal temperature is about 155 Fahrenheit. You want that little bit of hint of pink, and you're good to go.
One of the things that I do though always is I flip them with a fork.
Des.
And I know you're going to slap my hand. Why? And I guess it's pretty obvious why, but maybe just repeat why we don't want to use the fork.
Well, I mean, anytime you're piercing the meat, right, you're going to lose some of those valuable meat juices. And you don't want to do that. We want the nice juice in there so that they're, they don't end up drying out. So
and considering
go with tongs.
We have lime and we have tequila in this particular chop. We definitely don't want to lose any of those fabulous juices. All right, and we want to cut into it right away when it's done, but you want to actually you want to let it sit, right?
Yep, always let your meat rest for about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the size. This chop, I would say 5 minutes for sure.
Okay.
That redistributes all of the meat juices so that when you slice into it, you're not going to lose all that valuable flavor.
And then when we're done, we've got those two lovely little, we've got the lime and
some cilantro.
Beautiful.
And it's just gorgeous.
And you have a perfect grilled Margarita chop. Hey, when we come back, maple glazed rack of Manitoba pork. This thing is a beauty. Don't go anywhere here on Great Tastes of Manitoba.
You're watching Great Tastes of Manitoba, brought to you in part by Manitoba Liquor Mart. Please drink responsibly. Moderation tastes so much better.